Yeah, so hey guys, back again with one more video. So as told earlier that this video will be continuation of our previous video. So in the previous video we discussed about how to configure AS3 bucket or how to deploy AS3 bucket through AWS Management Console as well as through CDK. Okay, so in this video we will be discussing about creating a user pool, Cognito user pool to be specific. Uh, we will see both the ways again. We will see how to configure it is in AWS Management Console as well as using CDK. Okay, so let's get back into this. So I will just log in into my AWS account. So just AWS console. Mm, yeah, AWS Management Console. I'm using AWS Management Console. Yeah, I already signed in for about 2 minutes before, so it did not ask me to log in again. So here we'll just search Cognito because we are going to discuss about Cognito user pool. So here I have my Cognito service. So this is the AWS Amazon Cognito interface. So before creating a user pool, we'll just click on Manage User Pool. Uh, and then here we have our create user pool option. So when creating a user pool, it will ask you for the name. So I'll just go with a test name for helping you people understand. So and then I will just I'm not you have two options: review defaults and step through the settings. So you can just review all the defaults, and if you want to change any specific setting, you can do this. And if you want yeah. And if you want to walk through each and every setting, and if you want to see each and every attribute, what are the settings which have over here in the left side, if you want to change them or do anything with them, do add any policy kind of a thing for your application, then you can choose step through settings. So we will be going to step through settings for a clear understanding of AWS Cognito. Yeah. So whatever changes you do once in a user pool, and once the user pool is configured and provisioned for your AWS account, you can change the settings afterwards. So once it is deployed, it's deployed. You can change the settings. If you want to change the settings, you have to create one more cognitive user pool with your desired settings. So here, coming to the Cognito, here it is first asking whether I want my users to sign in with email address, phone number, or username. So I will just go with username, and I will ask them to allow sign in with verified email address. You can go with anything. You can go with also allow sign in with preferred username and number also, but I am currently going with this. You can go with whatever your desired input is. The other option is email address or phone number. You can go as well with this. Both are the same kind of a thing, but here the username won't be asked. Here the email address or phone number will be treated as the username for that user. So I don't want that. So I'm going with the username option and allow sign up with preferred email address. Okay. Then we have standard attributes which we want to require, which we want us our users to fill in the details for their authorization. Okay, Cognito is a user identity management system, so it is basically used for authentication and authorization. So you can take any of the inputs here which are displayed over here. I am not. Just a second. Yeah. Yeah, my application is our application is subtitle generator, so we are not actually interested in any of this. But if you have any application like any hospital management system kind of a thing, then you need address, birth date, family name, gender, and all those. So you can choose accordingly here. Then we don't want to add any custom attribute, but if you want to add any attribute which is not displayed over here, you can go in and do that as well. So the next step over here is what is the password strength do you want. You can set the minimum length of the password. Then you can ask them for required numbers, special characters, uppercase letters, lowercase letters. You can check in anything if you want anything. Okay, so it is recommended that you keep all these things because it ensures that the user's password is secure. Then we have, do you want to allow users to sign themselves up? Yeah, we want to allow them to sign up because we don't want administrators to come in and sign up for them every time. Then how quickly your temporary passwords, yeah, if my administrator is setting up any password, what will be the time date for that expiration? So here it is by default 7. I'm not changing anything over there. Coming to the MFA is nothing but multi-factor authentication. A multi-factor authentication, as you see in Google sign in, Google sign in kind of a thing where you are asked for a verification of a mobile or verification pop-up kind of a thing comes in your phone. That is multi-factor authentication. So if you want to enable that, you can enable it, or I'm just keeping it off because it's not much of my importance over here. Coming to this, how will a user be able to recover their account? These are all the recovery options you are able to see over here. You can choose any one of them. I'm just going with email because during sign up and login, I asked email. I wanted email to be specific. Okay, so I'm going with email. But if you want, if you choose phone number or if you choose anything else, if you don't want any of this, and if you want administrators to come in and do that recovery of their account, then you can go with none, and then the administrator will be resetting the passwords. Okay, then which attributes do you want to verify? uh, as I told earlier, I'm more interested in email, but you can go with email or phone number as well if you want any of those. I prefer going with verification, but if you don't want any verification, you have a no verification option as well. Then you have yeah. Then for SMS, if you want to send OTP to the number for authorization, then you have to set up the SMS. The SMS messages service is SNS, simple notification service. If you want to go and configure that, you can do that as well. But I will be using SES for my this that we will be talking later in this video. Then I don't want this because and don't want this, so I'm not creating any role for that. um, I will just go to my next step. Yeah, here coming to my SES, that if you get a code or you get any email from the after you sign up that you have to verify this, or you enter this code, then you only will be verified. So that will be done through this portal. So here it is so yeah, here Cognito has one problem that Cognito's SES region, Cognito is integrated with SES region with only 3 regions, that is US East, Virginia, Oregon, and Ireland. So if you're other than this, I guess some update is going to come in AWS as well, or else you just change your application, or you route your complete applications traffic to this, and you host your application in US East. In that case, in that way, you will not be charged. You will not be charged more. Okay. From email address, I am keeping it as default. I don't want to share my email address. If your application is a big application, then you can go in and do this as well. If it is not default, you can go from email address and reply to email address as well. Okay. Then coming to the, do you want to send emails through AWS SES configuration? Yes, I want this. But see, the problem here is that I'm not actually going to go in and configure SES for my application. I'm just going with Cognito, and whatever the policies and whatever the settings are there with Cognito, I'm just going with them. So I don't want to configure this SES again. So I'm just going with Cognito, and whatever the Cognito is there over here, US is Virginia, and whatever the default mail address is there, it will just go in and send the code. Then coming to, do you want to customize your email verification message? You can send in a link for verification, or you can send in a code. I'm interested in code. The email subject will be your verification code, and email message will be verification code is hash 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 hash. You'll get a 4-digit verification code, and then you are good to go once you are logged in. Then I don't want to customize my user invitation messages. Whatever is default is default. I don't want to go in and change anything. Then I'll go to the next step. Yeah, if you want, if you have different applications and if you want to use the same Cognito user pool for all the applications, then you can go in and add tags. Currently, I'm just going to deploy one application, so I'm not going to add any tags over here. Then do you want to remember your users devices? Yeah, this you can do as well. This actually helps in the session management and the cookie management. uh, you can go in and do this, but I don't want to remember my users devices, because once my user is logged in the mobile, I don't want him to log in. I don't, if he logs in the into the PC as well, then I want him to log in again. I don't want the same login to be used in the same mobile and the laptop as well as simultaneously. So I'm not going with this. The next one comes, which app clients will have the access to this user pool. Okay, if you have an application which is hosted on AWS Amplify or AWS CloudFormation, CloudFront, then you can see your application over here. Currently, I'm not having an application hosted over here, so I'll just go in with default. I'll just go in and create a app. Client name as 30, token expiration is 30 days, access token expiration. You can go in and set this. You can if you are is a banking kind of a thing or a management kind of a thing, I think you should keep this access token expiration to be in a very less amount of time. So each and every time it keeps logged in, so that the sensitive information of the user doesn't get exploited. Then ID token expiration, it's same. I'm going with the default configuration. Then auth flows. Uh, Auth flows is like our integration with other services. So here you can see enable Lambda trigger based on custom authentication. If you have a Lambda function, then it can trigger this. Then a refresh token. These all are default, so I'm not going to change anything in this. Then the security configuration, I I I recommend you to go with the default configuration of the Cognito, but if you are more experienced with Cognito and if you want to do any customized settings for your application, then you are good to go. Then, but remember, you won't be able to change the settings once your Cognito user pool is deployed. Then just create an app client. So my app client is created. Then I'll go with next step. Here pre-sign up. Here I don't have any Lambda functions right now, so I'm not seeing anything over here. These are all my stacks that are deployed over here, but specifically there is no Lambda function defined for sign up, authentication, custom message, post authentication. These all. Okay, so I'm not going with this. The next step, this is the final step. So you will just see all the settings which you just chose. So pool name is test, email as minimum password length is 8, and these all things. Then create pool. Once you click on create pool, your user pool will be created successfully. And once you go to Cognito again, yeah, you will be able to see all these things over here. Devices, advanced security, this, and this. Okay, you can go in and save the changes, but you won't be able to change the what they say, the policies or this which are defined once they are configured. I guess you will get a notification as well. You will get a message of which attributes cannot be changed once the user pool is deployed. Here, when I go in Cognito and go in manage user pools, I already have one user pool defined over here. But this is the user pool that we created now. So this is the test user pool. And once you click on that, you will be able to see all the properties of that user pool. Yeah, so this was the end of our creation of Cognito user pool using AWS Management Console. I'll just go, yeah. once this is done, we'll go on to see how can we provision a Cognito user pool using CDK as well. Okay, so now we'll just go in and see the CDK. So like the previous video, I already have default configuration files and all these things for your better understanding. There won't be more change in the structure of the configuration files, because uh, the same uh, the same files are used for defining a stack or for deploying a stack. Okay, you will be seeing the same files. You will be seeing the same files and the same structure of the files organization, because this is the standard organization of the files, and this is mainly followed in deploying the stacks. Like the previous video, you can see I have the binaries folder, I have the library folder, then ESL JS, git ignore, npm ignore. Then I have my cdk.json, jtest package log.json. These are all my test configuration files. So we'll just go. These are not much of our importance. The main importance is over here is our bin cdk starter.ts and our libraries cdk starter stack.ts. We will just see one by one what which thing is happening. So just a second. Yeah. Okay. So let's go into this. Mm, okay. CDK starter.ts is the same thing. Import star as CDK from AWS CDK Live. We are importing CDK, and then CDK starter stack from the same library. So the next one is a const tab, and then new CDK starter stack. Within this stack, we gave the stack name as CDK starter stack. We will be seeing this stack with the name of CDK starter stack in our cloud formation. Then the region will be our default region, which is AP South 1 for now, and then account will be my AWS CLI account IAM role, which I configured in this device. Then coming to my CDK starter.ts. So this was the binary file. So this will be dependent on this. So this file will depend on the binary file. So here I have my Cognito. What they say. These are the basic configurations of the Cognito user pool that we'll be creating. So we will just go in one by one. Mm, Yeah. Okay. So coming to this, we used a CF identity pool. Just a second. Yeah. Coming to this, we used a CF identity pool level 1 to construct this Cognito identity pool. Then going in, we have our identity pool name. My identity pool name is my identity pool. We'll be seeing this name. This is the pool name of our you. This is the name of the user pool. Then we have all our unauthenticated identities. This is nothing but whether users who haven't logged in should be able to access your application or not. Then the next thing will be Cognito identity providers. These are an auth provider that represents by the name of a Cognito user pool and then the ID of that user pool client. Okay. Then here we have our anonymous Cognito group rule. Okay, here we are going to define two IAM roles. One is for authentication and one is for authenticated users and other is for unauthenticated users. So coming to this, just a second. Yeah, I have created first IAM role over here, and the second IAM role is here. So we'll just go in and see what this is. So here we define the two IAM roles that we are going to attach to this identity pool. So in this example, the roles have the same permission, so you would have to tweak them for your use case. Okay, so now we are going to attach these roles we just created to our user pool, use identity pool. Okay, to be specific. So here I have my CFN identity pool role attachment. Uh, these are all the predefined what they say predefined methods. Okay, so here I have here I have my construct. So in this construct I have my identity pool ID. In this identity pool ID, also this is the ID of the identity pool which we are attaching our two IAM roles. Okay, then the roles are then the roles are the two IAM roles which we created. One is for authentication, one is for authenticated users, and the other is for unauthenticated users. Then we have role mappings. The role mapping specifies how authenticated users are mapped to roles. Okay, like a type token, then authenticated role, then IDP, and then we have our Cognito user pool and user pool client ID. Okay, so this was the end of our code. Then we have our user pool ID where we are just specifying the value of that, and then user pool client ID and the same for this. Okay, so thus we will just go on and deploy our this. So I'll just go into my project folder, that is CDK identity identity pool, and then example pool, and then example. So CDK identity pool dot example. So I'll just go into my directory. So once I'm going into my directory, I'll just do um, mm, okay. Once we are into our identity pool, just do npm install. Okay, just to install all the dependencies which we need. This will install all the dependencies of one node modules. So we can see a node modules folder that is being created over here, and then it is installing all the dependencies. We discussed this on our last video, but if you are not understanding, please go in and check our previous video. Yeah, this process takes time. So once this is completed, we'll just go in and deploy our this. So in the last video, I forgot to tell you how to destroy or how to clean up all the codes or all the stacks which you deployed in our cloud formation. So in this video, I will be showing you how we can destroy or how we can clean up all the stacks that we created as of now. Okay. So I went in and created the S3 bucket, which we created, CDK stack, which we created in our previous video by using AWS CDK destroy. So destroy actually removes all the stacks and all the policies and all the configuration which you created, and it also removes all the removes all the modules that you just deployed in your AWS account through this. Yeah, I guess we are good to go now. Yeah, we are good to go now. Now, once we have all our node modules deployed or installed, just a second. I'm sorry. Yeah, here I'll just do npx and npx aws hyphen cdk. For deploying, it is deploy, and this will take some time. This purely depends on our data on your data connection, speed of your data connection. Uh, this will take some time. I am showing you I am showing you how to deploy Cognito stack, how to deploy S3 bucket using CDK, because I will be using the CDK toolkit or CDK application for deploying my project as well. So I have four stacks. I mean, yeah, we will discuss that in our later video where we will be showing our configuration of project and we will be deploying our project as well. Yeah, here you can see CDK starter stack. It has started. Create is in progress. Create completed of Cognito user pool. CDK metadata is also deployed, and then it is just taking for our AWS IAM role. Creation is initiated. Resource creation is initiated. This is 4 by 8. I guess we'll just have to wait up till it reaches 8 by 8, and then our stack is good to go, and we'll be able to see our stack in our AWS management console. Let's go to cloud formation. Till then, yeah, here I am my cloud formation. Okay, so you can just see my AWS CDK starter stack is created. Okay, it is created, but our deployment is not totally complete. Um, just a second, I'll just take this terminal up. Resource creation initiated, this, and total time. Yeah, we have completed our deployment. Okay, so I'll just hop in and show you what all we deployed here, and then we'll see our Cognito user pool which we just created, and then I will just show you how to clean up or how to remove all the files that we deployed now, because it will charge you after once you have completed the free tier. So here we have our CDK starter stack which we just deployed. Within this you can just see a created time, updated time, tags, rollback. Here these all will be empty because we did not specify anything in our stack. So after this we will just go to Cognito. Yeah, in this Cognito, we should be able to see our identity pool, manage user pools. Yeah, here we have our my user pool. Once you click on my user pool, you should be able to see all the settings and all the settings and all the configurations which we just gave. So I went in and gave email for authentication, and these all we just went in and gave some policies as well. Within this, you can see I changed the minimum length to 6 in my from my AWS. Mm, it must be in my AWS. Yeah, here you people can see the inside the password policy. I gave the min length as 6. Require lowercase as true. Require uppercase as false. Require symbols as false. Yeah, you people can see require numbers, require special character, require a lowercase character. This CDK is nothing but a substitution for AWS Management Console. You can do the same configuration through CDK. You can do the same configuration to AWS Management Console as well. But to reduce our time, to reduce our strain, to help our developers develop new applications faster, we have our AWS CDK to help them. Okay. So as you people can see, this is the live proof of this minimum length. When I gave 6 as over here as 6, it initialized the minimum length as 6, and the properties where I initialized as true, those are, just a second, sorry. Yeah, those are checked in, and others are not checked out. Others are false, so they are not checked in. So that's all. That's all for today's video. Yeah, I forgot. I wanted to tell how to delete your whatever resources you just created. So I'll just do npx. Yeah, just sorry. Yeah, in this I'll just do npx aws-cdk. For deployment it is deploy. For destroying it is destroy. Yeah, it sounds familiar, but that's how it works. npx aws cdk destroy. Now it will just go in and destroy our say stack and our user pool as well. To my knowledge, we'll just go to cloud formation to see the real time changes of what are happening over there. Go to cloud formation. Yeah, here you can see CDK status tag, but once our this process is completed, we should not be able to see that. We'll just reload our page. Yeah, here it is asking me whether I want to delete a CDK status tag or not. I'll just type Y and it will start destroying. Once this is destroyed, our stack won't be able, we will not be able to see our stack over here. So we'll just give some time for this to complete this process. Yeah, it is destroyed. Okay. So here I will just go in and refresh my page, and we should not be able to see CDK status tag. Yeah, see the CDK status tag vanished from here as the destroy command removed all the modules and remove all the configurations which we did on the stack. It basically deleted the cloud formation template. Yeah, that's all for today's video. We'll meet in our next video. Thank you.